Well, we can tell you that the governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, has been speaking about his relationship with Senator Gbenga Daniel, and he said, you know, I stood down for him at some point, handed over my structure to him. I've done a lot. You know what? Let's take a listen to Governor Dapo Abiodun.
You know, I was here when Governor Musu became governor. I was here when Governor Daniel was governor. I actually ran against Governor Daniel then. As soon as he emerged in the primaries, I was one of the first to congratulate him, and I gave him all my structure. I delivered to him, and I supported him. You know, and we know what we've done for each other over the years. I know what my relationship with Governor Daniel was when I assumed office, you know, and how I held his hand to ensure that he was integrated back into the party. You know, and these are facts. These are facts. I know what I did for Governor Daniel to become a senator. I've never said this publicly, and I'm saying it now. I know what I did for him to emerge as senator. You know, Chairman is here. So don't know why they are here. They were the front runners in that election. You know, I know what my intervention was to get them to step down for him to emerge as senator. We entrusted it to him. If Governor Daniel now believes that the only way to repay me is to be sponsoring negative media attacks against me, I leave him to his conscience.
I'm just going to leave that video to Nigerians' conscience, particularly the people of Ogun State as well. Jeffrey Bukala.
Well, the battle really is for the Ogun East ticket. If the Ogun East ticket was not in contention, then it will be, as we say here, hunky-dory in the scheme of things between Governor Abiodun and former Governor Gbenga Daniel. But let's not forget what brought us here. Reported plans to demolish former Governor Abiodun Daniel's property in Ogun State, which was stopped by a court. He was barred from a party meeting in Ijebu-Ode, which he declared null and void. So these are some of the events that got us to this point. And so if everything was fine, why did those events occur prior to this time? So those are the questions that we should also ask Governor Dapo Abiodun as we move to the 2027 elections. But indeed, it's going to be an interesting fight. And there are similar ones that we have quoted earlier in Delta and in some other states of the Federation. But the conversation continues online.
Absolutely. So at the end of the day, let them go to the primaries and slug it out. That's the worst that can happen.